Been wanting to do a video like this for a while, just to get it off my chest, really. And the reason, to give you the reason why I'm doing something like this, where I've never built anything ever in my life. I've always, as I've said in my earlier videos, paid somebody else to do it. For the past 34 years, I've been working in the family business, me, my parents and my brother, supplying petrol stations up and down the country. And between us, we built the business from my dad's back shed in our old house, probably nearly 40 years ago, to a huge big warehouse, brand new warehouse, employing between 25, 30 staff. So we've done well, and we've grafted hard, blood, sweat and tears, literally. It's been tough. It's been really tough, but we did something right because we got the business to where it was. And 4 years ago, I don't know what it was, but something just came over me, and I just didn't feel happy anymore in what I was doing, and I bottled it. I kept it to myself. And I kept it to myself for quite a long time, until one morning I was down at work, and my mum came in, and I just couldn't hold it back anymore. I said, "Mum," I think I've had enough. I was pretty emotional. I said, I think I've had enough. I don't think I can do this anymore. And we had a chat about it, and I was suggested that I go and see somebody about my mental health. So I did. I went to see this lady, and she was great. And I did about 8, 9, 10 sessions with her, and we both agreed, me and her, that once we came, I don't know, for 8, 9, 10 session, that it was probably the job that was driving me to where I was, which sort of reaffirmed my belief that I think my time in the business had come to an end. So told our kid, my brother and mum and dad, and I said, "No, I think that's it." So we were starting to make some tentative plans to get me out of the business, and then COVID hit, and obviously the unknown back then. My wife's diabetic, type 1 diabetic, and they were on the at-risk list, so we decided it's probably best that I came and worked from home, which I did. It's probably the worst thing I did, really, but what do you do? It's your wife's a diabetic. There's an illness going around that could seriously affect her. I didn't really have much choice. But for me, it didn't do me any favours at all. In fact, it pretty much destroyed me. So much so that I carried on for, I don't know, 18 months working at home, to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I could not do it anymore. I was pretty low. And I woke up one morning, and I came downstairs. I was just so emotional, and I said to my missus, I said, I think I'm gonna have to take myself up to hospital, because at the minute I think that's the safest place for me. And she said, "Right, let's call the doctor." So I called the doctor, and had a bit of a chat with him, told him my situation, and he said, "Right, I'll put the phone down now. You'll expect a phone call shortly." And 2 minutes passed, and a lovely lady called Barbara, from a place called the Crisis Team, can you believe, down in town, she phoned me, and I was on the phone for, I don't know, an hour and a half with her. I was in floods of tears, and she was great. She was absolutely great. Said come down and see her. So I went down to see him, and I went down to see him a few times. They prescribed me some medication, and I don't really do medication unless I'm really, really, really suffering. Now, headaches, I don't take paracetamol like that. So they prescribed me some medication, and I was on that for 2 weeks, and I always knew that I wanted to get off it. And I spoke to a good friend of mine, told him my situation. He'd been through something similar, and he gave me the name of a guy to go and see. So I went to see this guy. I mean, he wasn't cheap, but I didn't really want to go down the NHS route, because apparently they do the CBT, the cognitive behavioural therapy, which I've spoken to quite a few people, and they said that was hold out. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but people that I've spoke to, I trust, and one in particular, the friend put me on to somebody different. I trust him. So I went to see this guy, and I did about, I don't know, about 12 sessions with him, and great guy, great guy. He's pointed me in some right directions. Gave me some exercises to do. I self-affirmate now. So I am okay. I am doing well. That sort of stuff, which I'd have laughed at a long time ago. And I'd have laughed at this whole mental illness thing. I would not laughed at it, but people who suffer from it, I think, just pull your finger out, sort yourself out, because I was strong then. Little did I know that it's not that easy. It's tough. I mean, I keep saying to people, they ask me how I am, and every day is a battle, and every day is a battle. I can be up, I can be down. So, yeah, talking to this guy I was going to see, one of the questions he asked me was, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I said, what do you like? I said, and this is true, and this is what I've done for a long time. I like to watch. I don't really watch TV. I watch quite a bit of YouTube. I like to watch people build stuff. I like to watch people who are good at something build stuff, make stuff. And so I thought, I'd love to build something. Then I hadn't got a clue what. And he said, well, build something then. I also said, I want to build something. I want to put it on YouTube. I don't know why. It's just what I wanted to do. So he said, we'll do it. And I thought, well, I'll do it. Why not? What's to stop me from doing it? I'm not working. I've stepped away from work because I just couldn't do that anymore. So I'm gonna have to fill my time with something. So I'm gonna build something. So this corner of the garden has always bugged me because of the thing you've seen in the first video. It was just full of bushes. There were loads of garden missing. I mean, the bushes ended here, and all that were just space. And I thought, I'll build something there. And so I started looking around, researching things, and I love the look of these. People call it a pizza oven, but it's not actually a pizza oven. It's a brick oven or a Pompeii oven. I love the look of them, and we like having parties. So, well, why don't I build something like that? Put a roof over it, create some sort of area where we can all sit down in summer and even winter, because it'll be mostly enclosed. Why don't I do that? So that's why I've decided to do what I'm doing, and it's a bit of therapy for me, because I am enjoying doing this. I'm enjoying doing the editing with my cheap microphone and my iPhone. I have actually ordered a new camera and microphone, so I'm hoping the quality is going to be a bit better. So I am feeling a lot more positive now than I did 6-7 months ago to quit the medication. I don't do the medication again. I'm reading a book, which I'm finding quite interesting because I don't really read. I'm more of a visual person, and yeah, I think things are looking up. And still every day, is a struggle. The slightest little things can send me into a bit of a spiral, and sometimes it's easy to get out of, and sometimes it's just not. Anxiety is a big problem. One of the things that my man said to me was that, and he wrote it down on the second time I visited him. He said, "I think this is your problem." And he said, "I'll put it in an envelope and we'll open it later, after a few more visits." And I think on the 9th or 10th visit, he gave me an envelope, and it had one word written in it, and the word was guilt. And the guilt at me letting my brother down and my parents down from not being able to do it anymore, from wanting to, not be part of the business. And I told my mum and dad and my brother that, and they said, "I've got nothing to feel guilty about. It doesn't make any difference. It was still in me. It was the guilt. And it still is. It still is, and it's going to take some getting over, even with reassurances from everybody that I shouldn't feel guilty. I do, but I'm on the right path now. I'm definitely on the right path, but every day is a struggle, and I've seen quite a lot of adverts and people say that if you do suffer with any sort of mental health, then speak to somebody. And I honestly cannot agree with that anymore. You can't bottle it up. Bottling it up, it's like having a I'm not very good at metaphors. It's like having a Coke bottle, unopened Coke bottle, and banging it and shaking it and banging it and banging it, and it expands and expands and expands. It's just that's how it feels inside you. It's just awful. It's awful. And then when you speak to somebody, you open that top, it's like. Now I have got rid of most of the gas, but not all of it. I'm still every day is a battle. But like I've just said, if you're ever suffering with mental health, don't keep it to yourself. Tell somebody. Tell anybody, because it certainly does help. But I don't want to finish on a sorrow note. I am on the right path. I'm definitely on the right path. I've taken up a task that never in a million years would I have expected to take up. It's bonkers what I'm doing if you consider my past as far as DIY is concerned. But I keep watching these videos, keep reading up, and I'm on a forum, which is great. A forum for building this sort of stuff, and very helpful. So I've no doubt I'll make more mistakes. I just wish I'd have got the spilling the concrete out of there, but I didn't film it, because if I make a mistake, I will show you. You might see that. I'll show you a picture of that. Angle grinding these yesterday. I got a little bit close to the blade, so just a little bit for your information that angle grinder blades are quite sharp, so keep your fingers away from them. Anyway, that's why I'm doing this. I think I've got about 59 subscribers. If you're all watching this, thank you very much. If anybody's watching this that doesn't subscribe, I'm gonna finish this task to the bitter end, no matter how long it takes me. So if you subscribe to my channel, then you'll see it through to its end. Thank you.